Listen, guys, we got to talk about the money. Now, I know and you know, money's a thing with the SPTV people, so it is what it is. I love Kelli Copter's recent discovery of virtue. Like, I can't believe it. Some protesters want the money. Me, Kelli Copter, I'm selling like $60 jackets. I'm not here for the monies. Right, Kelly. But I gotta expand the audience, so making fun of these people does get me views. It gives me a little bit of money, but we gotta expand the database. So we'll do a short tangent to Brandon Sanderson, but we gotta grow the viewership. We do. So Brandon was doing a recent thing on Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a big part of this culture. I watched the Dungeons and Dragons in the 1980s, the cartoon. I loved it, but I was like, I'm not as hardcore into D&D. I did see the recent movie. It's pretty good. A few problems, the wonky CGI, but I thought it was fun. You should give that a chance. So anyway, Brandon is going to regale us with how he's really good at fooling people and putting on a costume.
This way about convincing people to do things, and as soon as I said it, everyone in the group said, oh yeah, Brandon can convince the DM to let him have a 20th level character when we're all first level. And they just rolled with it. And so I had them believing and being my...
Well, I agree. And I know the D&D slightly, so yeah, you can play various characters and roles. And apparently he fooled people for a whole year because, Brandon, he's good at this. And he looks like a pimp. Like a boss. I don't know. Is this like Halloween or something? But that's hilarious. So, yeah, I'm very mixed on Brandon's writing, but that guy's quite a performer. He's quite a speaker. I definitely recommend his classes. My own philosophy of writing is very different, but he's quite a character. He's quite a character. Now let's get to these other bozo clowns. I'm going to do a slight apology to Dana real quick. Rotting Jules. I've criticized her looks. I've criticized her being, her research. But listen, let's be very clear. Zero Dark Tony took a $10,000 loan. I can understand her basis of anger. I think she's going off in a really bad tangent. I'm not going to make excuses for her. So here we're going to give Zero Dark Kelly some advice. Dear Zero Dark Kelly, you're a lying piece OG. You are a fool. However, if you want to destroy DO of the A, I have a recommendation. Concentrate on the K and the K. I mean, Crackhead Kenny. I was trying to do a few Crackhead Kenny videos over the weekend, and man, you gotta say this about this community, everything changes every single day. So there's a whole big drama with Marilyn and Ecoplex and Rotting Jules and Crazy Love is Love. I'm trying to give updates, but I can't keep up. So now, more recently, Crackhead Kenny is doing these series of really disturbing, disgusting posts. I will not lie, they are very funny. I did find a few of them very funny. So Kenny has been caught in several different scandals. He's been caught several times saying the N-word. He's black, from what I can tell. Well, there we go. He's been caught cheating, apparently, and threatening his partner. He's just been caught with many, many scandals. He's a DOA ally. He and DOA get along. They talk. Kenny's always there to help DOA and defend him. Concentrate on Kelly. Zero Dark Kelly. You're not good at propaganda. You can only get the basics right. Stick to the basics. Because with DOA, I'm going to be bluntly honest, DOA is a better person than you. DOA is a better protester. DOA is a better performer. DOA is even more honest than you are. You are just a pathological lying meme machine. I mean, I am not exaggerating, almost every 30 seconds you put out a lie or misrepresentation or just got the research wrong. Now, Dana gets a lot of things wrong. Her latest work is, because yes, you know who else was helping Kenny? Dana was helping Kenny. Kenny exposed her. He revealed an email where Dana was aware and okay with an underage kid looking at some, graphic content. Even though Dana acts like she's outraged. Oh no! That underage child! I feel so sorry! Yeah, she's a complete monster and a liar. However, as much as I don't like Kenny or Dana or even DOA, all their problems collectively, all their lying and grifting, you're worse. You're worse. Now, I get it. Some people are buying this whole, she's just a very naive British little woman. She's hanging out with cows. She's taking on the radical leftists. What are you trying to do? She's a beautiful black woman in Britain just trying to survive. Right. Well, beautiful black woman, if you're going to do dead agenting, I don't know, concentrate on dead agenting. So that's probably where DOA is the most vulnerable right now. It's not the court cases. It's not Lara. It's not children can't consent because you think children can consent. You were okay with Solomon being at the protest. You still are. You sick, disgusting hypocrite. However, Crackhead Kenny I think he's going too far. So DOA, as far as you know, is staying radio silent about this. He's like, Kenny? Kenny? What's wrong with Kenny? Right. Anyway, so DOA is acting a little silly and funny. Maybe concentrate on that possible hypocrisy. So DOA calls out Aaron for abusing women. That is correct. That has been documented. Good on him. However, it appears Kenny's doing not as bad. He's doing something similar. He's also threatening Jenna. Kelli, Zero Dark Kelli, maybe do a 20 moronic video, right? 20-minute moronic videos on Kenny. Because with DOA, you're just making him look good. And believe me, I'm very critical of DOA. All the things you're saying, you're okay with it. You said nothing publicly, as far as I can know. You offered no critical comments. You didn't even boost the channels exposing DOA. Even Aaron did that. Streets LA did that. They're that cynical, saying, go to this channel, you can hate Scott. They don't even think you do it. You're like, I will now expose this DOAs. Really? Like Streets is bigging up and boosting the channels that are very critical of DOA. He's being totally cynical, but he's doing it. You didn't even do that in any of your posts. So apparently DOA is such a monster. Oh my god, DOAs. Oh no. Stop it. For months and months. We're talking at least, if not a whole year, nearly a whole year. You didn't do anything. Actually, I'm being very generous. I'm sure it's officially a whole year just went by. Hey, Kelly, DOA is a little disturbing. Maybe you should do. That's not my problem. I'm Kelli Copter. Okay. But now, I have woken. No, what happened is Serge Delmar is angry now. And Aaron is like, so now you're upset. I don't know who has less brain power or less of a human soul, you or the cow. I mean, I get why you like hanging out with cows, because, the cows are at your brain level. I like cows, by the way. Cows are actually very holy in India. Anyway. So, dumb cow. Learn to do propaganda better. Keeping it simple with you, Zero Dark Kelly, because apparently you can't tell time. 10 months, 11 months. I was busy, guys. I was hanging out with my cows. I had my Tom Cruise with my cows. That's what I do. I'm Kelli Copter. Oh, yeah. Okay. Concentrate on Kenny. Kenny. Kelly. Zero Dark Kelly. Concentrate on Kenny's. Kenny vulnerable. Let me repeat that, because, you're a little thick. Zero Dark Kelly. Dear Zero Dark Kelly, if you really want to hurt DOA, do a video of Kenny and how DOA is silent on Kenny's. Because your DOA video was garbage. It was not very good. It didn't tell me anything. It was worthless, and you were lying all the times. Sincerely yours. Not a follower of DOA. Also, stop doing that too. People who don't like you or like your videos or don't like your grifting or your lying or stupidity, we don't necessarily like DOA either. Got it? Got it. But yeah, it's becoming a weird thing. All these blonde-haired SPTV women, and I'm including Dana now. Okay, Dana? Stop lying. Okay, you can pretend all you please. You did. You joined SPTV. You've been lying to your fandom for a whole year. Okay? Maybe try to be honest, and I have a little personal issue with her too. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Dana has her channel. She does what she likes. He was offered a fair debate request from Virginia. You know who? I'm not going to go further. I would hope she responds. But it's her channel. She doesn't want to respond. That's fine. However, I am going to say, it's pretty funny that Dana is willing to talk to crackhead Kenny, but not willing to debate Virginia McLaury. That says a lot about your character, Dana. Now, you did some good work in the past. Maybe you will get better, but I think you're going to get worse and worse. So I'm not going to protect you anymore. Stop being such a lying grifter. Now, granted, at this point, Zero Dark Kelly takes number one spot. She's even worse than Aaron. However, you're in the top 5 now. Be better, please, Dana.